Hey, what is up, guys? We are back with hashtag 43 of ÜWatt. As always, I am your host, Jace, and this week is very special because, as you know, I have my co-host. You know, he's my co-pilot. He's, part of my Top Gun collaborative squadron of awesome. Did you like that?
I did, but don't call me Goose or...
Sorry. So, if you're watching on YouTube, something magical is about to happen now. So yeah, for those that listen to us audibly, Squeak is with me this week. He's visiting Bristol, so I thought we will try and actually do one. You know, I guess, should we call this room the studio? There's no soundproofing.
Studio on a sofa, I don't know.
Casting couch.
Ooh, that's a bit dodgy. I feel really uncomfortable now that you said that. No, because it's that thing of like,
that was really gentle.
It was. I have really soft
Before
hands
we start
as well.
making erotica. how's it been going? I mean, obviously you haven't really played many games this week because we've been out and about, haven't we? So, but yeah, I know obviously you were looking at a few things that have kind of caught your eye whilst you're on the train on the way down. So what's going on in the news?
Quite a bit. I mean, Dota 2 fans, I don't play Dota, so I'm not going to be all pretending and being like, oh my god, this game's amazing, because I know some people out there do, and you like it, and you take it real serious, but if you got a VR headset,
It's better to his time in Bristol.
I know, right? I mean,
your headset.
Like they're bringing so that you can spectate now with the HTC Vive.
Okay.
So they've updated that. I saw Amazon are making new headphones to make things safer for you. So basically, if it's like Siri. Mm-hmm. So if that hears your name shouted, car horns beeping, things like that, it mutes the headphones. But I don't know how that will work because it's the thing of, they're saying that if a car's beeping at you, it's probably too late. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna be hit. Like, yeah. I mean...
But then I guess if you're going past somewhere and just a traffic jam, that's going to be annoying because they're arguing and beeping, you're just walking past.
That's the thing, because it's that thing... I put headphones in to ignore people.
Yeah. Do
you know what I mean? So if someone shouts my name, they're not doing their job. Because I can hear them now. And it's like,
the headphones.
I've specifically turned my music up, put my headphones in, and I'm staring you in the eyes, like looking at my phone at the same time, because I can do that thing with shifty two eyes both ways. Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're not going to buy these headphones.
No,
personally. Okay.
No. The thing is, as well, is I don't want to be like some sort of like audiophile and be all like, oh, Amazon, what do they know about like sound systems and stuff? But it's that thing. I'm kind of particular with like headphones and stuff and how they sound. Like not like too much bass and stuff just ruins shit, man. Yeah. So yeah, okay. I reckon it's sort of that the idea and what they want it for is good, but the implementation is just going to be shit as fuck.
So one thing that I do want to like kind of point out, so you've gone from one Amazon product, and you did mention another Amazon product come with an accessory that it just, you know.
I was surprised at this because I was reading it and I was like, how does it go together? So basically, I was having a read, and as you do, you find weird stuff on the internet. Kindle Vibrator. What are your thoughts? Does it thrill you?
No, but is there
a
a picture of it? Because again, like you say, like, is it literally just take your Kindle and just?
This is the thing. No, I thought, what's it do? Does it just like plug into your Kindle? Because you're gonna be reading at distance if that's the case. Like, you know what I mean? But apparently it connects by Bluetooth, and I really don't want to say that is it in the picture because that looks like some shit ornament. So I can't go with that.
How would you use that?
This is what I mean. How would you... The thing is, in general, if you look, it says, it reads the page, the gestures on it and stuff like that, and then translates that. So how does that even work? Is it like hands?
So I mean, it doesn't help. It doesn't help people necessarily just listening to us like on the audio, but on the YouTube, you'll see the picture now of the exact same picture that I'm looking at right now. But it looks almost like a pipe.
I don't know.
Like, you stick that bit in your mouth and you put your back in that bit if it had a hole in the top.
But I just don't think that. I don't think that's it. I think that's just stock photo. Do you know what I mean?
So I mean, that ties in quite well then with the stuff that's kind of been going on recently. So the last few episodes, because it's everywhere, there's been a lot of Pokemania going on. So if you mentioned, obviously, Amazon and Kindle having their vibrator, just before we done the show, I wasn't sure not to mention it, but it ties in quite well, is the fact that there are Pokemon sex toys. This couple in Australia have decided that they'd make these sex toys out of the starters. So, right now it might show up on the YouTube screen. I'm not sure how I feel about putting up the picture of these dildos in a butt plug. But yeah, so you've got your Charmander, you've got your Squirtle and Bulbasaur all have dildos, and Pikachu gets a butt plug.
Have you never wanted a tail? Have you never thought, my God?
No, genuinely, I've never...
I'll be honest, neither have I. And I've never gone out and thought, you know what I want to do today? I want to be Pikachu. Just shove this in my arse. Like... Do you know what I mean? Like, really? I mean...
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? When something gets really popular, it just hits loads of platforms, loads of formats and stuff. But yeah, so going on with the news with Pokemon GO, the creators are working on a change with Pokestops. They haven't given it a date, but there's been loads of places, like the US Holocaust Memorial Museum. Where else? There's been at the Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C., the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park in Japan. These areas have got people turning up just because they want to get a Pokestop, and it's just kind of desecrating the sanctity of these areas.
Yeah.
So there's been a form for people to take their places off as Pokestops. So they haven't said when that's going to happen, but that's due to happen soon. There's been loads of issues with Pokemon GO servers. They're up, they're down. As they're rolling out to more and more countries, it keeps going down. Now on VG247, they've said that they've got a way to easily tell if there's a problem. So is Pokemon GO down or not is a useful resource that not only tracks if the game is up or down, but checks on the latency, the uptime over the past days and week, and how reliably players can place lures without the game lagging out. Pokemon GO server status, or status, depends where you're from, is a site that has the ability to keep you informed passively. So if the servers are buggy, the site will give you the option to turn on notifications that will then give you a nudge when it detects that things have sorted themselves out. And then you've got MMO servers status, which again has been used for years for loads of different servers and games like that. So that's like quite useful to know. Yeah. They've recently released an update. So Pokemon there was a thing like Poke Tracker, Pokevision, and a few others that are able to track Pokemon in the real world. You can go on the website, look at your area, and see what Pokemon are about. Yeah. Now, what they've done is, it's been a bit weird, but clearly Niantic have reached out to these people and said whatever, and all of these sites have closed down and stopped doing it.
Do you think they've reached out to them in a friendly way, or do you think they've just gone shut it down?
I think they've just kind of sent the terms and conditions, I think, and they've highlighted an area in there where, because these people are taking data from Pokemon GO servers and it's not via the app, they're violating in terms of service. It's one of those things where the arguments have been that if the tracker worked in the app, we wouldn't need to use these programs. I mean, obviously, the map and stuff will be used. Like, me and Tiny used it the other day. We were out, and Tiny's like, yo, there's a ponytail in the park.
Yeah,
so you know what? We're across the road. Let's go into the park. We still had to, like I said before, you still have to get to it before it's gone. You still have to walk over there and then walk back. It's not like, it's suddenly in our lap and we don't have to do anything. We still had to physically go and get it. So
the thing, it doesn't guarantee good stuff as well. Mm-hmm. So I guess really, I don't know. It's sort of cheating. I don't know. I do think it is sort of cheating because you can plan your route to it and be like.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing as well. So I just wonder, and it might be an idea if if Niantic decide to listen to us. If you're listening, here's a good idea, motherfuckers. So, on the original Pokemon games, if you go in your Pokedex and you're looking for a type of Pokemon that you've seen before and you're trying to find the area, it will glow in red parts of the map where it shows. if they had something that said like, okay, I'm looking for a Pikachu, and you're on the app and you put in Pikachu, and it literally just like had the Google map and showed just red spots, like even if it was like
in the distance,
like 1,000-meter circles.
Yeah.
Like if it just had this is the radius they appear in, then it kind of narrows it down a bit, because having the pinpoint of exactly where they are, I can understand that kind of takes out the exploration part. But telling somebody like this is the area to go to, because like I said, in the Pokédex on Pokemon it tells you the area.
Yeah.
So why not do something like that? But they've done their update. There's a few things that have happened. One of them is that they've taken off the 3 feet at the moment, so it says all Pokemon nearby, doesn't tell you a distance. But they've also made adjustments on the battle mechanics. So one of the things that they've done is so people that have Vaporeon, he attacks really quickly, and they're trying to change the game so that it becomes less about spamming your screen and trying to be more tactical.
Okay, yeah.
But then that means that what they've, in essence, done is they've just nerfed loads of Pokemon moves. Just trying to look. So it's one of those things where Vaporeon had its water gun power reduced from 10 to 6. Aqua Tail power was nerfed by 10%. Hydro Pump power has been increased by 50%. So if you had one type of Vaporeon, it would have been OP before.
Yeah.
Now if you had a different type, that one's OP. They've switched
They've
it around.
They've just done that thing of, this is now the most used, let's nerf that, and then they just... This is the problem, though. It's not balancing. That isn't balancing.
The thing is, it depends on how they do it, because I think it's one of those things where I think it was James said straight away, like, I've got Vaporeon because he does this. I can go to, mine's is CP 700. I can take out a level 1,200 in an instant because he's so quick. Yeah. So in that way, it's like, it needs balancing, but you know that inevitably they'll break something else somewhere else. That's what tends to happen.
But it's that thing now, like you say, it's just made the next thing OP, so it'll be that thing of, now I'll just pick that. Yeah. So really, they've fixed nothing. They've just
moving their problem.
Yeah, essentially.
Trying to see if there's anything else that they've moved.
Did you see about the guy that's claimed to have caught all the UK characters? This I didn't understand, because I'm pretty sure Pokemon's everywhere, right? Yeah, but apparently all the UK characters.
Well, this is the thing. So they've said that apparently there are some that are region locked. But it's all. This is the thing. It's all hearsay. But yeah, you're saying.
He lost 2 stone playing the game, just walking about. Imagine that. Oh, you're looking good, mate. You look like you lost a lot of weight. What have you been up to? Just Pokemon Go.
Where was that person from?
I don't fucking know.
Just Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. I don't know what that accent was either. But we'll go with it.
So yeah, another thing they've added in their update is every time you open the game now, it says to you that there's a one that you have to click to get rid of. So it says pay attention to your surroundings. Yeah. One of them says don't Pokemon Go and drive.
I've seen that.
I feel like I know many people that play Pokemon Go in Bristol, and Bristol's become a city with so many 20-mile-an-hour limits, and there are people that are now driving 15 miles an hour just so that the kilometers match their eggs. So I feel that Pokemon Go kind of ties in with Bristol's speed laws. Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, when you see people just stopping at green lights.
That was so funny seeing Crush. So we were out and we're walking home, and we get to just a set of traffic lights, and the lights went from red to green, and his car's just sat there, and I'm like, "It's green!" shouting, "It's green! It's green!" It's late, so I couldn't really see the person was, but then we just crossed the road. As we crossed the road and the lights have cycled again, they've gone green. This person drove past, and I've gone, "That's Crush." Get on the phone, I'm like, "Do you even realise that you were sat at a green light and you were there for the duration? Like, what the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Catching a Pokemon still."
That's the thing. But you kind of can't call him because it wasn't busy.
No. But it was just it was just funny to watch. It's funny to see someone random do something like that, but then to go, "I know him." What's that? But yeah, so there's just been bits and bobs going on with Pokemon. It's pretty cool, and it's just I guess it'll keep going. So the next bit, something a bit different. So again, apologies if you are on the audio, but again, we've got the camera on, so we're trying to do a few things a bit more visual.
One sec before we move on.
Go on.
I should have mentioned this before with the Vive, but Minecraft and Oculus are pairing up for Windows 10. So what we was talking about with VR and Xbox, and with Oculus using the Xbox One pad as standard.
Yeah.
It sort of shows more links. So I don't know. Possibly in the future, could have Oculus Rift on.
Yeah, on Xbox.
Especially with them bringing out the more powerful Xbox later on. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
One thing that interests me, talking about like VR, Xbox and VR, so with the PSVR, Sony said that you won't need to have the PlayStation Neo in order to play VR.
Yeah.
But they have said one thing that you need is a recommended 61 square feet of clear space to play in.
Okay.
Which...
It's
basically like, when I just think about loads of people's houses and the rooms they use to game in, the average house doesn't have that space.
I was going to say, I don't want to say unreasonable, because it's almost like you're negotiating with them, but it's unrealistic for Sony to be like, oh, everybody's got this space, everybody's got this area. Because if you remember when Kinect first came out,
yeah, it was so difficult.
But they had it, originally the prototype would fill the room.
Yeah.
But that would have cost so much. So they narrowed it down, narrowed the field of vision down, and then even that was difficult to sort out in a room.
Yeah.
So
they've said that, so the PlayStation camera needs 3 meters by 2 meters, so approximately 5.70 square meters of clear space. So it's just one of them things where, you'll have a room that has the space.
Yeah.
But you'll need to remove all your furniture, your animals and all that stuff. So it is one of those things again where it's something I hadn't even thought about until now. Like, you watch videos of people playing it and stuff, and they are always in some games. People are playing sat down on a chair. It's like when the old lady's playing Jurassic Park and just losing her shit. But then when you see others, actually they do have it set up in a massive, just empty space, which is going to be difficult for a lot of standard homes.
See, this is the thing, isn't it? When you think about it, if it's towards the American market, everything over there's bigger.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking out the window for a reason.
No, I thought I heard the
No.
This thing you guys don't realise, when we do this on audio, I spend half my time looking out there because I keep hearing animal noises, but no, it wasn't on the cats. Sorry, you were saying.
And everything's bigger in America. Houses.
Yeah.
Front rooms. I know films are films and things, but it's a realistic representation of the housing and stuff.
When you look at when you look at all the video games and the gamers that stream and stuff on YouTube, they tend to have a small studio space to play their games in because they just need a small monitor to do their thing and record. Those guys won't be able to really... It'll be more difficult for them to stream it. Obviously, the bigger guys that have bought their nice big houses, they'll have a space to be able to do things like that.
And the thing is, like you say as well, I can see it being a dedicated room for it rather than, I'll set it up in my living room and just play it, dip in, dip out of it.
So I'd like to show you my VR room. Yeah. Then you walk in. As you can see, there is a television, a camera, a chair in the middle, and a VR headset. Shitting.
That's the thing, though. Take away the chair.
Well, the thing is, in their demonstration, as you can see, what kind of space do I need?
Yeah.
There's a chair in the middle of it. So
I'm just saying. So, but wait, you're going to be walking around with this headset on, thinking you're in the game, and then you're just going to trip over a chair. Like a right numpty.
To be fair, without VR headset, you look like a right numpty. Moving on. So I thought that you'd really appreciate this. So Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games. Okay, so there's been a situation. So the game contains a football mode that's vaguely reminiscent of Super Mario Strikers, but with one key difference: every time Shadow is blocked from scoring, he says a particular word. Okay, so we're just going to quickly watch this now. Did you hear what I said? So for some, I don't know how it's ended up in the game, but every time Shadow has a shot blocked, he says cunt.
But I feel he's not saying it, but it's how whatever he is saying is said. Because that is an elongated, S on that, isn't it? Cunts. like, he is just calling everyone in this.
So, as I was reading it on Digital Spy, And basically, the story was picked up by the Mirror newspaper. And basically, her father had thrown away the game after it taught his daughter the C word.
Oh, wow.
So you know, the Mirror is one of those papers.
Yeah.
But so the story, one of the quotes is that at first my wife and I didn't pick up on it. This is Steve Jones, father of 3. Until we heard our 8-year-old daughter start saying it around the house.
That's amazing.
Like, throwing paper in the bin. Ah, cunt. Trying to walk down the hallway and then somebody else on the other side of the hallway. Ah, cunt.
That'd be hilarious.
But it's just like an 8-year-old.
I was gonna say,
mortifying for the parents, funny for everybody else.
I was gonna say, like you'd be you'd be mortified, wouldn't you? You'd be like, stop saying the word, man.
Because it's one of those, like with the girls, I can't think of like what Jess said, but I just remember Jada not being able to say bridge. Yeah. And I'm like saying, oh, she's like, something. I was like, what did you just say? She's like, bitch. I'm like, what did you just say?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Bitch, what are you talking about? Point it out to me. And she pointed out like they had a train set and had a bridge. I was like, okay. Say mummy's a bridge. She's like, mummy's a bitch. Stuff like that is, you know, it is funny, but
it's like
it was innocent.
The kitties.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's just there saying titties. Funny stuff like that. Yeah. But I just felt like cunt is one of those words where it's kind of like, we need to cut this shit out right now.
Because the thing is, the difference is Jada was trying to say a word, and not the actual word that she was saying.
Whereas
that is actually just walking around calling everyone a cunt. Like, you're a cunt.
Standard.
C-bombs being dropped so many times right now.
Obviously, we recently had on the Saturday was your birthday.
Yeah.
Right before the age of 30.
29. Don't add years onto me.
Which signifies that we are into August.
Yes.
Xbox Game of Gold for August. They are looking quite tidy. A game that's come up that has had pretty good reviews. I personally never wanted to buy it because of its price, but it's going to be free. Okay. So I'm quite interested in picking up that. And I feel like if all of the lads pick up this game, I reckon we will end up having just like joke times. Right, so I'll tell you what the game is.
What is it?
So first off, so this isn't the game about. So first off, from the 1st of August until the 15th will be Warriors Orochi 3, which I believe is Dynasty Warriors.
Okay, yeah.
So I think it's that kind of game. So that's quite a fun game. You know, that's free. So from the 16th of August, 16th of August until mid-September, WWE 2K16 is going to be free.
The worst thing is, well, not the worst thing. It's quite lucky. I was actually looking at buying that a little while ago.
That's what I mean.
Because I saw James on it, and I was like, oh, I remember the old wrestling games, and just like all the warring you'd have on it, basically.
So that's going to be free, so I can imagine we'll be just having some joke times. We'll come with our creative wrestlers and just playing these mad different modes. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that.
You know people are going to have weird looking wrestlers as well.
The thing is, one of those where they tried to make it so in depth. So with like obviously the wrestling world, where there's so much emphasis now on stories and stuff. I know there's elements to the game where, for your own experience, you can start making stories and feuds and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to fiddle with that as a person that used to be a really big wrestling fan. Now I'd say I'm really casual. Obviously, speaking to Kinney who runs the Sunday Segway. You know, he kind of updates me on stuff that's going on. Yeah. But I'm not into it that much, so it'd be interesting to see. It's good that they've got the balance of the old and new as well. Which
this is what... See, I was talking to Kinney the other night, and I was saying, like, I'm not, like, a big wrestling fan or anything, or watch it, but some of his stuff that he's got, like, the interviews...
Yeah.
Really good sick on that, like...
Yeah. So, yeah, with, in regards to backwards compatibility, from August 1st to the 15th is Spelunky. The platformer, so it launched in like 2008, I think. But yeah, it's just one of those games kind of been a bit of a hidden gem, which is pretty good.
Okay.
And then the other game that's coming out is Beyond Good and Evil. So one of the earliest games in.
I was going to say, apparently that is really good though.
So yeah, so that's going to be available as well. So that's the thing. So August is looking like it is a pretty decent one for games of gold.
Yeah.
Talking about this ties in quite well. Talking about backwards compatibility. Stein mentioned the other day his disdain at Marvel Ultimate Alliance has been re-released. But apparently there's been loads of issues. Like the game's £40. I think Stein was saying, which he wasn't happy about, for a game that is really old and is not even backwards compatible. But yeah, apparently the Steam page is just flooded with negative reviews surrounding sound issues, controller problems, DLC from the first game isn't there and stuff like that. So it's just been quite interesting. The guys that have made the game have acknowledged that the players have said it. So they've said that they're going to pass it on and try and have it solved. But it's just been kind of, I guess, for people, it's good to know that the issues being acknowledged. They haven't just
this is the thing. I forget who else actually did that. But they did it a while ago, if you remember, and it was Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six did it. And to be honest, I will point at you in an aggressive manner. You're lucky. Thumb guns. I got thumb guns, man.
Pew pew.
No, but they acknowledged all the problems, and like I was saying a little while ago, when I went back on it, they seem to have looked at it, addressed the issues. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's a lot more playable and fun. So I think when someone acknowledges the issues, they're there to fix them, rather than say it's not there. So they'll probably sort that, man.
Yeah. The thing is, I was just thinking, it's good to see that they acknowledge it, because when you look at things like Niantic with Pokémon GO, they haven't said anything. When servers have been down, they haven't said anything. When stuff's being fixed, they don't say anything until it's happened and it says an update release. So it's good to kind of see it. So so it's just one of those things where I'm just trying to see if I can find any of the reviews.
See, I always think it's good them acknowledging it as well, because it's that thing of it's a bit more transparent. Because like you say, they're not just dropping an update and going, well, we fixed what you said. Do you know what I mean? Because it's that thing where if they don't acknowledge it, the company then can be like, oh, well, we don't know about it. And it won't get fixed. And I think that's sort of...
Looking at this, a lot of it, what it says is that people are having issues mainly on PC around controller problems. And, it's not even just a thing of keyboard mappings not working. They're plugging in Xbox One controllers, they're plugging in Xbox 360 controllers. Still nothing, and they're unable to use the game. Sound quality's been bad, been low quality, badly mixed, cutting out. Cutscenes appear to have also not been changed from the original 360 or PS3 release, showing up very blurry and muddy. So they've re-released it for PS4, not even it's backwards compatible. So in essence, it should be remastered, but it's not.
It's the exact same game.
And it just seems like it's been a bit of a lazy port as well, which is quite interesting. So I've just been trying to think of a listener's question whilst going through this, and it's my only question linked to a question around sex toys, and I don't want to have a sex toys listener's question.
Why?
So you just have a think about a question whilst I go into this week's WhatsApp. Okay? You've got time to think while I go to this week's WhatsApp. So this week's WhatsApp was a game called Heads Up. We played it the other day. Yeah?
Did we?
So with the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Heads Up is a game where it's really simple. It's been made by, I believe it was Ellen DeGeneres that came up with it. It's her app from her TV show. And it's one of those where you choose a category, and it says, put the phone on your forehead. You put it on your forehead, you'll have a word on it, and the people in front of you have to give you clues to try and guess that word. Tip it down for yes, tip it up for no. There's loads of different packs if you wanted to. You get, I think it's 8 categories to play with anyway, which we haven't really had many recycle too tough on the free one, because we've been playing it quite a bit. And then you've got there's just loads of different packs. They also add on their own challenges, so you can do it just words. But I think we done one that was impressions, didn't we? Literally impressions. So it depends on how you want to play it and stuff like that. You can do it more casually. I think literally, if I just got my phone out and every time I get my phone out and just play that game, I've put the phone on my forehead. Nico's just in, she just wants to play there and then.
The thing is, it's so easy. It is so easy because you just got it out the other day, and then all of us are just playing it for a few rounds, and it's not like a commitment to an hour or half hour sort of thing. It's just nice.
15 minutes of fun. And it's quite nice when we were doing it at Nicola's mum's, and then Jess was able to get involved because her reading's getting better and she can see some of the words and sort of do it that way. When everybody was around on Friday, I know a few people were like, oh no, I don't want that pressure. It's try it. It's, you've got a minute and you're saying these words and then you're done. The thing that I really like about it, which we haven't really done much of, I think I showed you, we won't go into your description of certain words or my description of certain words, but it does save, where you're using it, it uses the front camera, so while you're pointing it at your friends, it is actually recording that round. So if you're doing one that's an acting out round, if you chose to do that, you could then show your friends they're acting out at the end, and like hearing it. So you can have quite a good laugh on it. And I think just because of how quick it is and how well it works and how you don't have to pump money into it to have a good time with it, I think that's, for me, has boosted up the rating. So I wanted to give this one, I don't know if you agree, but I want to give it an 8 out of 10 just because usability, fun factor, and reusability.
Yeah, I would, because it's that thing of like, it doesn't really matter how many people's about as well, because you could have one person shouting these things at you, or like 10 people. Yeah. It just all adds to it. Like, I don't think it's quite simple. Yeah, but it works. It works really well. It works.
So yeah, so as always, there will be a link in the description below. Have you thought of a listener's question yet? You don't have to have one.
I've not.
I've kind of come up with one.
But I was thinking along the lines of the Amazon headphones. Okay. Like, just what the people really make of it, and if they could, what would they have as a safety feature in anything sort of thing? Like obviously you got airbags in cars, but someone would have had to have gone like, oh, let's put like big pillows that explode in people's faces. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just something like that. But I don't know. What's your question?
Well, my question was to so my question to you guys is, obviously we won't be able to do this every week because soon Squeak has to go back up north. But do you guys prefer being able to see us? Because if people have said they want to, now that you can see us, has it made a difference to your engagement? And because I think if enough people want it, we were talking about, October we come up to a year. Yeah. Getting webcams and trying to find a way of incorporating webcams to do it. I would love to do like this each week because I feel like it's not been too bad actually.
No, the thing is that I'm not gonna lie. When we first was on about it, it's like, casting couch. It is the thing is, it was like that. It's not a natural conversation sort of thing, but it's sort of it's turned out sort of almost.
It's alright. Yeah. So I guess that's it. Have you got any fun facts or words of wisdom?
I have no fun facts or words of wisdom.
Okay.
Don't be a cunt. Don't be a cunt.
Don't block Shadow the Hedgehog's shots. Yeah. There we go. So I guess, as always, I've been Jace. He's been Squeak. Later.